June and July sound alike. They're spelled alike. And I think when I signed off yesterday, I had July mixed up with June. I think I was down here and was thinking that today was the 9/11 and total. Now it's July 25th. So June 25th. You got to go to the top. Now, today is Michael Jackson Day. And it's when he passed. And I was at the beach with second wife after our divorce. We started seeing each other again. And when we got in the car, we found out he had passed. And it was a weird day because this big storm was coming and it never came. It stayed over our right shoulder. And it never came to us. We thought it was coming at us for like an hour and it never moved. And but yeah, he died on June 25th, 2009. And it shows him, and so did Farrah Fawcett, same day. Farrah Fawcett, June 25th, 2009 also. And she was born on my divorce date, February 2nd, Farrah Fawcett was. So it was weird that she died. And when I went home, looked her up and found out she was born on our divorce date, and she died same day Michael Jackson died. Now, I think her death was real. I don't think Michael Jackson's was. So we have to look at today as a big day because it's the day the king of pop went down. Michael Jackson lived in Trump Tower. And we know that he did. And you might get some images. Him and Lisa Marie did. So that's probably your best photo. We probably need to put that as a thumbnail today. Now, our friend who does all our hard work for us, we affectionately call him Michael, and he refers to himself on YouTube as Michael Jack. I like it. Trump going down today on Michael Jack Day. I would eat that up. Michael's got an 802 in his phone number. I joke with him about that. I'm like, that's August 2nd or October 2nd. And so, yeah, good stuff here. Good stuff, folks. Let's, so it says Jackson performing in 1988. So his Wikipedia photo has 1988 on it. The grid does not give us much. It literally is just The King's Man. USA release date. Same exact ending as No Time to Die with the same lead actor. So, who played M in the Daniel Craig series, those last two movies. He took over for the lady who was M, can't think of her name, Judi Dench. Dame Judi Dench. So she died in Skyfall. So the last two was, let me find them for you. Should have heard her say that whole name, Michael. Ralph Nathaniel Twilliston, Wycombe Fiennes. See if we'll do it again. Rafe Fiennes. Nah, not going to do the dog and pony. Not going to let us make them do the dog and pony show. The AI is like, I ain't no monkey. Thank you. Just the same. So Ray Fiennes, who played M, and of course was the King's Man, his dad. And they used bourbon and did a salute with 5 people in the room at the ending of both movies. As Bond had died, and his son had died. The king's man had died. And so I've shown you the both clips before, so I won't do it again. But it's pretty fascinating. I'm sitting here telling you I'm not going to show you, and then I pause because I'm going to show you, because today is that day. So I guess every 37 days we need to do this. So they're all sitting at the table. There's the bourbon. You have one female and 4 males. Let's go see the other one. Let me slide them both down here to where I can put that back up. Enlarge. And there's the bourbon and No Time to Die. 2 females, allegedly. And 3 males. But, you know, again, with their whole male-female deal. But okay, I get it. It's a 2-3 and a 4-1 ratio there. And, or, you know, 4-1, 3-2, I guess would be the proper order. And, or if you want to put the females first, 2-3, 1-4. So there's the bourbon in the middle, and they will come through, and they will toast, and they will toast to bond, to bond, to bond, to bond, and they all do the toast. So I guess we can speed it up so we don't get a copyright strike. So they read something out of a book. Again, there's the bourbon.
James.
There you go. Blah, blah, blah. Speed it up. There we go. So again, with the bourbon, African Americans present in both. Is that because that might be what takes Trump out, an African American? I don't know.
Friends, rest in peace. And long live.
And there they go, the toast. So No Time to Die, same Ralph Fiennes actor. Both movies ending in a toast. There's something to it. What? We just don't know. Do y'all want me to put both these in the description? I mean, I can. Why not, right? And there's got to be something to that. So when we look at the grid for today and the King's Man release date, same ending as No Time to Die with same lead actor, it's a big deal. On Michael Jackson Day. On my personal notes, the last girlfriend I had, she has the 718 in her number for Porsche 911, Porsche 718. There's a Porsche 911 and a Porsche 718, which makes us, of course, think that he would go down on, you know, the release date of The Dark Knight 718, Porsche 718. And that will be a high watch day when we get to it. That lies in the middle of her number, right? So she was my last girlfriend, 2017. No fornication, but definitely crossing lots of lines. And she was born 12/20/1966. And there's that 66, book of the Bible. And of course, she's got the Porsche 718 right in the middle of her number, surrounded by a 4 and a 4 on each side. Well, when you times that by my number, the 8, 2, 36, 2. Remember, 8 is a triangular number of 36. 36 is the triangular number of 666. If you don't know what that is, like if you go 1 + 2 + 3 + 4 + 5 + 6 + 7 + 8, it'll come to 36 as its sum. If you continue going to +34, +35, +36, you get to 666. So I have a very strange number. And when you combine her number and my number, you have the 886, the 86ing of the 88 for Trump, then another 86 right there. There's two 86s in there, actually. And so I decided to track her birthday on my personal tab. And so she hits on today, along with that King's Man. So there's nothing to it other than that. We don't have any eclipse that bounces off of it. But like Michael said, we have broken their code of the 37s because the poke of that eclipse did 37 progression its way to children being able to be poked on the 21st. So, but that, that did bounce off of an eclipse. We don't have an eclipse today, but we do know that there is an eclipse for today out there somewhere. We just haven't loaded all eclipses. That's my stepdaughter has that 138 and 88 and 86, and she was born in 98, which 98th verse in Revelation is the crowning moment. It's Revelation 6:2. It's the 98th verse. And so I decided to start tracking. I'm going to go ahead and load all of the 1998. Whoops. It's 1998 eclipses. And so there was a total solar eclipse on February 26, 1998. That does hit on our July 27th, which is one of our biggest days. It's my biggest day. It's when I got hit in the right eye by a paper airplane. And it's the Heidi Bowl, with the jets that hit the twin Trumps playing the right eye utterly darkened Raiders with a patch over their right eye. And the Heidi Bowl was on 11:17 from the Zechariah 11:17 Bible verse about the right eye wound. So that's a special day, that July 27th, man. Jeez, that's just a big day. But anyway, I'm going to load all these eclipses. So hang on. Wow, it lands on that Porsche 718. Lands on July 18th. The annular. Well, it's actually 18th and 19th. It's a 2-day eclipse. So it hit around before and after midnight. So that's interesting. Let me load it. All July 18's got is Elon Musk's birthday and JFK assassination date. Now, if you include both dates, the backward cipher of the future X across America total solar of 4/8/2024 will back into it when you include both dates. So it's very interesting. Hang on, let me load. So there's 3 penumbral lunar eclipses in 1998, and one will land on July 5th, which was the opening of Trump Tower. I Pet Goat 2 official release date of June 24th. Dr. No release date, which is Batman Begins, basically, because that's 007 Begins on May 8th, Earl's Day, 1963. And Lincoln assassination date. Of course, Michael. By the way, Michael, watch the video. I liked everything the guy was saying on the JFK assassination. So what in the world was that? A mannequin, a puppet, an android? Good grief. We have no idea what that was, man. And the people, how did they, how he showed the people holding the kid's hand. And so the Zapruder film was weird. all of it was just very weird. So Michael, I'm all in now on that. I have no idea what happened. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they did what, when, how, when, where, why. I know you don't know either, but something's very strange and fishy about it. So that's as much as we can say about it. So anyway, let's continue. I got 2 more eclipses to load, so hang on. From 1998. Now this is getting a little strange. 2 penumbral eclipses in 1998. This one is 8/8, August 8th, 88. Also progresses to July 5th. That's 2 on the same day from the same year. That only happens one other time in our little scenario, and they are penumbrals. And I can just copy and paste this down there. I'll show you what it was. It was the penumbrals. Watch the double yellow pop up right here. Same day, July 15th. Again, connected to July 5th. July 5th, 2020 and November 30th, both 2020, both connect on July 15th. And one of them is on July 5th, which is the connecting date of those of the 2. It's just weird. Doesn't mean anything. I mean, folks, there are coincidences and anomalies. I totally get that. But we're gonna have to color code these little rascals, aren't we? What do we want to color code it? We can go light green. It's fascinating. And it's not March 13th. This one is, the second one is August 8th. So hang on just a second. I'll pause, won't waste your time. We leave it. One thing you got to love about it is the 13th of March and the 8th of August, the 13th and the 8th, the 138. Wow. Which of course is in stepdaughter's number, who was born in 98, which is why we're doing it, because she has the 138, the 88, and the 86ing of the 88, and the 86ing of the 138 is in her number. So that's why we're doing this 98. Can we just say if this last one falls on either July 5th or July 15th because of the other double penumbral, or on Michael Jackson Day, can we just say that's the date out of 365 days? Can I just say those 3 days? Watch it land. Let's see what day it does land on. This will be fascinating. By the way, you know what the next date is for July 5th? It's 88. It's August 11th, which is an extremely high watch date. All these July 5ths, their next progression is the rising of Sirius the dog star on the same day as a full moon. That comes to 88. It's August 11th. 8 times 11 is 88. Sirius rises on that day, and there's a full moon on that day. That is a very powerful day. And Trump Tower opening, really, to me, it has him going down on the 9th and rising on the 11th, because these are like rising days. Trump Tower opening. It's a mad. Well, no, I'm sorry. So let's go with the 5th on. Trump Tower opening, the double penumbrals, iPet Goat official, No Time to Die. I'm sorry, Batman Begins, or James Bond Begins, right? Because he would begin when he rises on the 3rd day. But there is that Lincoln assassination date, so I don't know, man. That's some good tricky stuff. All right, now we will move on to the last penumbral. Wow, August 3rd, the day I totaled my car. But it's in 2 days, 6/27, y'all. 6/27, and the next one is August 3rd, the day I totaled my car. I gotta put that in there on my personal tab. Yeah, I totaled my car was already in there. All right, so none of the eclipses of 98 gave us anything for the 25th, and that's fine. I'm glad I've got it loaded though. I'm glad I got 98 loaded. So Kingsman, Princess Diana backs into it. And so that's it. Let's get on with your, what do we want to do next? Got some comments by Christian, then we'll close out with Michael's prep. Sometimes we like to say the best last. Just keep you on here. I'm just kidding. I don't make money off this, folks. So Trump 138 in English ordinal, July 2nd. And that's also simple gematria is English ordinal, I do believe. No, it's not, is it? Donald Trump in simple gematria or English ordinal. July 2nd, 138 days takes you to Valentine's Day, 2014. If you take June 30th minus 138 days, it's 212 Manhattan area code. I gotcha. I like it. June 30th is the peak with all 8 planets. Most sources only say 5 visible planets. There was a release date of a movie that was released on 6/30. And I had it highlighted in red right there. Day of the Dead, which that would be funny because, you know, Day of the Dead, he's dead, because that is the Day of the Dead in IPEC GOAT symbolism. It was released on 6/30 of this past year. And what all do we have that pops on the 30th of July? I mean, of June. I got to get off these JUs and JUs. I'm screwed up unmercifully. I got 3 personal items that hit on June 30th. That's the most I've got of any day, I think. I got 3 26s of July. It is my Mayday friend. She turned 13463 days on March 11th. Trump and I's combined number 13463 is what it begins with. So we tracked that date of March 11th of this past year. I should put 2020. April 17th, when I turned 22200 days for me, and then it says Mercury transit 888, solar eclipse 66. Yeah, I don't know. And then my birthday through the 37 progressions does hit on June 30th. Okay. And what in their world hits on going to July? The JUs are killing me, y'all. Killing me dead. There's 2 items that hit on June 30th. A total lunar eclipse for March 24th, 1978. And Groundhog Day release date. Okay. As we will be reliving that day over and over because it opens the book of Revelation. Then we'll be living in the book of Revelation all the way through until the Lord puts a stop to everything. So that's a stunning Bible verse, by the way. I believe it's the 5th seal. Yeah. The 5th seal of Revelation 6. When there's silence in heaven and everything, like it's a stunning read. This is after the abomination of desolation, you know, and when the Lord puts a stop to the killing. It's not his return day, but when he puts a stop to the killing, or else no flesh will be saved. We suspect he stops it at 144 100,000 sheep left on the earth, quite possibly that exact number, or maybe just 144. And the zeros mean nothing. It's still 12 times 12. So who knows? But okay. So that's good stuff there. Let's keep going. If you take February 23rd and add 138 days, you get 711, which is February 23rd is the reversal of 322, because it's 223. The day before, February 24th, the war with Russia and Ukrainian. So good stuff as always, Mr. Christian. Mr. Christian, no, it's Sister Christian song, but you know, throw that in there. Something I was pondering, Christian says, in I Pet Goat, there is a rose on the wall next to Lily and one in her hair. And you know, that's stepdaughter's middle name. You do know that, right? She doesn't want me to use her first name. She never goes by her middle name though, but yeah, it's Rose. Sure enough. And one in her hair. And if it's not for the rose, but R-O-E, Roe v. Wade, yeah, starts the apple falling, just a thought. It could be. It's at 113. And I Pet Goat, it goes quick. There is a flower on the left wall. Looks like a rose with thorns. I'll tell you something. I went through and watched I Pet Goat last night. I Pet Goat, Heliofont. I Pet Goat, Heliofont. And when I watched it, the way that horn is blowing, y'all, for trumpet, horn, little horn of, I mean, listen to that horn blowing, man. Commentary for your education purposes. I mean, if they're not telling you it's Trump, I don't know what to tell you. The horn of Daniel 7, the Trump. And when James Bond and I believe it's Skyfall is standing in that boat and he's like in a catatonic state, just like this guy is, that is so compelling. But when is that full buck moon? It's July 13th, and it says that's Trump's exit. Literally screaming at us that the exit sign lights up, and so does the buck full moon. Exit T. The T is lit. Notice the red. It's kind of overshadowing the T. But this guy lights up. The buck. Then it really lights up. Again, the light is over that T for Trump. Trump exit Trump on the buck full moon. Does the buck full moon 37 progress off of any solar eclipse? Let's go to that 13th. Grid date. I'll be looking at June, July, get them both mixed up. Can't wait to get out of both JUs on my grid. So July 13th. What was on my personal? I got rid of it. It didn't resonate anymore. But if we go to July 13th, Trump exit. We don't have any total solar that hits on it. Oh, yeah, you do. If you include both dates, December 4th, 2021, total solar, including both dates, backs right into July 13th. Sure does. That's the last total solar we had. My son got married the next day. And remember, you got to be able to include both dates. That's a must. You have to be able to do that because they do that. So we do have a total solar that hits on Lily. Sure do. We sure do. We sure do. If you include both dates, it's IPEC Goat to YouTube date of July 3rd, 2012, also including both dates, lands on the full moon of July 13th. Spectre release date lands on it. Octopussy release date, if you don't include both dates, we got a partial solar. If you don't include both dates, you got a partial lunar. If you don't include both dates, you got an annular solar in 1988. If you don't include both dates. So including and not including, you got 7 items hitting on July 13th. Trump exit. By the way, his exit would be on a Wednesday if that's the case, which is pretty fascinating because I just loaded a picture of the weekend and it goes a little something like this. He was dressed up like Wednesday of the Addams Family. When you think it's the weekend, but it's only Wednesday. And of course, his name does not have the E. His stage name is The Weekend. W-E-E-K-E-N-D. I mean, W-E-E-K-N-D. But he's dressed as Wednesday. I just loaded that today. So Wednesday, July 13th is huge. It's big. Good grief, it's big. So I like everything you're saying with that flower on the wall. Thank you for making us take a look at that, Christian. Good stuff. Your input was fantastic, my friend. Let's go to Michael's prep. Michael's got, what in the world? I double clicked it. Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. It's linked to 6:30. Oh, we just went over that 6:30. It was released, y'all. I'll be out of town too. Wow. At 6:30. It's on a Thursday. I don't check out till Friday morning. Well, they shut everything down. I need to make sure though that I gas up, have a full tank in the city where I'm going, to where I'll have enough gas to get my butt home. If he goes down on a Thursday, I mean, I'll just stay. Stay and watch that ocean. Yes, sir. I'll tell you what, I'll be very reflective watching everybody freak out, knowing the book of Revelation is opened or would open on July 2nd, that he would rise on the 3rd day. Whatever the crowning is, when he would be rising or when he goes down, either or, the death or the rising, because that all relates back to Jesus receiving his crown relating to his death or resurrection. We've read it before and it's kind of ambiguous. Just says death, comma, crowning. So, yeah. Like it, Michael. Conquest of Planet of the Apes. It runs for 88 minutes, Michael says, following a North American pandemic. Unbelievable. Michael, good stuff, my friend. How in the world? How come it wouldn't arrow up for me? Where's my arrows at? Monkey mutates at unprecedented rate, study finds. Fascinating. Much quicker than the experts initially predicted. I don't have my arrow. You could just arrow up, right? Remember that? Boop, boop, boop. I have to come out and click. Biden, monkeypox response mirrors early Rona v missteps, says the Washington Post. Joe Biden. They just laugh. They are laughing so hard. You have no idea how hard they're laughing. But their day's coming. Biden says there will be another illness. Well, thanks to Joe Kane, we found out, because I'd really forgotten it, that illness was part of it. Matthew 24, King James Version Bible Gateway. And Joe said birth pains, and I said, I think it's pangs. I'm not sure. We looked it up. It's pains or pangs. It's both. I felt pretty stupid, but that's nothing new for me. So what was it? There shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And when it says nation shall rise against nation, what is that? That's war, folks. Kingdom against kingdom. That's war. The next one is famine. So you got red horse, and then famines, black horse. And the pestilences will be taking place during the war and the famine stage. It'll be a black horse, red horse time frame. They're all working along the same time because it's all part of the pale horse. The death to 1/4 of the earth, which is the sum total, but it says due to the war and the famine. So the death to 1/4 of the earth will be to earthquakes, tsunamis from the earthquakes, illness, pestilences, famines, and of course, war. When we go to Blue Letter Bible and you look up the word pestilences, 3061, G3061, which is a masculine noun, loimos. There's that word plague. So there you go. Just making sure. I mean, why not, right? Take nothing for granted. So Christian, good stuff. Michael, your stuff continues to be fantastic. Let's keep going. I cannot arrow up anymore. Don't know what happened to my email. Supreme Court gives states green light to ban that, overturning the R, the V, the W, Politico. I mean, I tell you what, I'm a woman, not a womb. All this does is green light their ability to take over your body and pokey poke, or to remove Republicans from office. That allows more for forced pokey pokes. That's all it is. But it's also just part of the theater. So, comments, check. Excuse me, mic prep, check. I had no prep. Oh, telling truth, 3. We had one item. I forgot to load it.
What do we call them? We call them events because they are potentially false flag events.
Without evidence. We have absolutely no proof.
Commentary, fair use for educational purposes. Remember, this was after the false flag event in this movie where they thought that somebody had died. It was all over the news. The news were running the stories left and right. Remember, in my 9-minute video, you could hear the news casters overlapping each other, giving their stories. It ended up being Sneaky Pete, fake false flag. It was a Sneaky Pete false flag, who was one of the characters. He derived the whole thing up and noticed it made the news. It made the news. It was all over the news. And she's going to call it an event, which is what you call a false flag event. The words flow together. False flag event.
Gentlemen, I am confident that an event this expensive.
An event this expensive. She called it an event. It's Amber Heard, by the way. Came from none other than Sneaky Pete.
An event. An event.
The
This
twin,
expensive.
the twin trays. You hear us both talking? Anyway, I thought maybe she's going to say the name Sneaky Pete. So I'll put those two in the description if you want to watch them. The toast. Tomorrow is potentially a big day because it is Michael Jackson Day. It is the release date of The King's Man, which you might as well call it No Time to Die. Right? Might as well call it that because it had the same ending. So we have to keep our little eyeballs. What color? We'll just make it red. Red also. We'll make that one green. So I don't know, right? I don't know. All right, love y'all. Michael, Christian, good stuff. Thank you for your hard work. Both of you. Joe Kane, anybody else? Keep them coming.